Oh no, wait, that's Looney Tunes.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho ho ho. How's it going, Corey?
Ho, 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 Mike. It's going all right.
It's going ho 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 ho.
Yep.
That could
Everyone,
be a whole language.
everyone knows. It's all about the ups and the downs. Like ho or ho.
Yeah, there's little accents and accents in there as well. So it's ho 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 ho. It's
Yeah.
kind of like how Chewy talks. It's all just the same grunt, but somehow it makes a language. You know.
I actually got a minor in Santanese. Is that what we're calling this?
We are now Santanese.
I'm putting Santanese on all my job resumes. Is fluent.
Fluent in Santanese.
I love them to just be like, what does that mean? Let me show you.
And then you just go ho 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 ho, and they're like,
plug in this USB. It's a 25 slide PowerPoint. Now let's begin.
just give them a copy of Rosetta Stone, and it's like chapter 5, Santanese.
Well, we're already all in the festive spirit over here at the Game Bro house. Tree up, all the decorations. Really, the only thing I still need to do is we have to hang up some of the stockings. We only really have mine and I think Stu's. But yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we actually we're getting some of our decorations up. The stockings are up. Leo's stocking is actually still in the mail. We had to get his special ordered. We got the tree up. We actually finished the tree yesterday, and it looks very nice. And we got the window decorated. We got the house decorated. So I think we're pretty good. We're ready to rock and roll. Now I'm just waiting for that fat boy to squeeze down the chimney. If only I had a chimney.
Yeah, Santa, you better be bringing me the PS5 or else I'm going to be throwing some hands.
Or else I'm turning Jewish.
You thought those were regular chocolate chips in the cookies? Joke's on you.
It was laxative. And next time you won't forget my PS5.
If Santa was actually making the new consoles for people, his elves would like just be jumping into those like suicide prevention nets, you know what I mean? That was like a multi-layered joke.
That was a bit too dark for a Tuesday night.
Okay,
man.
fair enough. But I will pivot and say, for some reason, this week was like the first time I ever actually attempted to get a PS5. My girlfriend saw one on Facebook Marketplace for like $950. Of course, the second market's horrible right now. But then I just was like curious. I'm like, is it actually like this bad? So I just checked, good old Amazon.com, and yeah, I think the cheapest like PS5 you can buy on there is like $1,300. And then you go to eBay, and yeah, it's all about the same, like 900, 1,000. And I'm like, this is so bad. This has gone way too far, guys.
Yep, supply and demand. I actually think I saw on Facebook Marketplace there was I want to say some guy had 2 for sale, and he was doing $750 a piece. Or if you want to buy both, it would be $1,400. So $700 a piece.
Okay.
And at first I'm like, well, that's still too much, but in the grand scheme of things, it probably is the best deal you're going to find.
He's trying to
out
move them. That's kind of smart. But yeah, guys, don't buy from the secondary market. It's not worth it.
Just wait a few more weeks, or maybe like next month, and there'll be more PS5s on the store shelves.
But I was just gonna say, before we even started the podcast, I saw on good old Wario64. That's like this guy on Twitter who always nabs like video game news and deals, like the best ones.
Yeah.
But he put up a link for the PS5 queue on the Sony official website, and I actually sat in the queue for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh.
The queue, it said like it's going to take a little over an hour before they'll get to me, so I assume they would have ran out anyways. And I was like, I'm not going to buy one right now, so I don't even know why I'm waiting. So I just got out of the queue. I just was curious. I wanted to see how long it would actually take.
I think it was a good little experiment.
Yeah, but by all means, I'm not looking for a PS5 right now. I personally, if I would buy one, I also want to get it from Best Buy, just because I have like the rewards cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Get that little cash back on there. That 2% cash back or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and in the long run, it's like $2, but hey.
When you're spending $1,300 on a PS5, you might get a bit more out of that.
Yeah.
Because technically, if you think about it, let's just say you were one of those guys who, well, technically, I guess you'd pay the retail of $500. So 10% is $50, and then a fifth. You get $10 back. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's that'll knock down new games to prices of old new games.
Yeah, the first game you buy at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy lunch with that money.
And I think all of this kind of started because earlier this week, I was going to buy, Best Buy had a deal where it was like buy 2 next-gen games, get a third free. Now, the catch is not all the games were next-gen. Some were just PS4 games, but like newer ones. So I ended up partaking in this deal, and I was just like, should I get the PS4 versions of games, or should I just prepare and get PS5 versions of games? And they actually had Godfall, which was a PS5 exclusive. But then I just rationaled where I'm like, I don't have this console yet, and I don't know when I'm even going to get one, so I'll just get the PS4 versions of these games for now.
It's the same game. I mean, yeah, it might look a little bit prettier, but it's the same game.
Yeah, that I know. But yeah, I'm quite excited. I'm not going to give away what games I got there. That's, it's fun. They're very recent games, though. Let's just put it that way.
Exciting.
But also, typical Game Bro Corey buys like 6 new games every week. Can't finish anything. I know.
just throw it to the pile, Meg. And Megan's like, but Corey, where am I supposed to sleep?
You can sleep on my PC. It's producing a lot of heat. It'd be quite warm.
It'll keep you warm in the wintertime.
But other than that, all I was going to say is, first of all, I did not get into Minecraft yet. Remember last week I was saying how my friends were egging me on? Did not get there yet. I still think it will happen. But more importantly, they are really egging on Megan to play with them, and she will probably play. Probably later tonight or tomorrow, I could see it. So that's looming. And once that happens, then it's like, I pretty much just got to commit. I even wanted to start playing Minecraft just myself on my PS4. I wanted to play it on my new big 4K TV. Not that the graphics really matter, but I don't know. I thought it'd be cool.
So what ended up happening? You just thought it just kind of just didn't cross your mind, or you just found something else to play?
What do you mean? I just didn't get around to it because I was just busy, I guess, like with my friends. Also, it's kind of complicated, but the one wants to like gift me Minecraft on PC, and we need to figure out a way how to do that because it's not Minecraft isn't on Steam, or maybe it is, but they want to buy it through the official Minecraft website, so it's a little weird. There's also like 2 different versions of Minecraft. One is like for just PC users. Then there's one that's like cross-play everywhere, but that one's slightly more expensive. It's a little complicated.
I see.
I just didn't really get around to it. I hope they're still playing. I mean, I still might, like I said, play just out of curiosity, because I don't mind playing Minecraft either alone or with people. It's still fun. I'm also juggling, a bunch of other games, plus the ones I just mentioned before. So I think that's another reason why I really didn't get to this yet, because I do own Minecraft. It's just, well, I technically don't own it on PC, and yeah.
I see.
Anyways, though, the other thing I was going to say is I wrote this down, and maybe this could be a title of a new holiday Christmas song, because everyone loves those. I call this holiday Christmas song "The Christmas Present Time Clock is Ticking."
Okay.
And here's how it goes. guys, it's December 8th, and I realize I gotta buy presents for people, and I'm getting a little panicked. I'm still working on it, guys.
You lost me.
Okay.
I hear you. I'm also kind of getting that mood where I'm trying to tell like my family and my friends like, guys, just tell me what you want for Christmas, because I really don't want to have to resort to the gift card idea. It's not a bad idea, but
I have my list and I have a few gifts. I'm so dumb. I actually have to go check downstairs what gifts I bought who already, so I know. Like, okay,
I actually have learned from that before, and I actually have a like little list on my phone.
Yeah.
Like a little checklist that I know. Okay, I bought this for my mom, this for my dad, this for Amanda, and it's like I'll even say like it's either been ordered or it arrived, so I know I have it, or if I don't have it yet. So yeah.
Also, this weekend I'm probably gonna be pretty busy because a tradition I started doing a few years ago is I make like these little cookie tins and send them to a bunch of my friends. So this weekend I'm probably gonna get baked. I mean, I'm gonna bake. And
You're gonna be baking some goods.
I'm gonna gain 30 pounds from eating cookies. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
Oh, you're gonna be jolly after eating all that food. I keep choking. Ugh.
Oh, that's no good. Careful, you might run out of 1-ups.
We can't have that. I better go farm for some one-offs. Gather some coins here and there.
But
Fine.
with the cookie tins, I need to figure out what kind of cookies I'm gonna make. I usually like to change it up. I don't do like the same every year.
Amanda was asking me what she wanted to do for cookies again this year, and I told her to go with the infamous cannoli cookies. I absolutely love those.
That sounds pretty good.
Actually, and then she asked me like what else I wanted. I couldn't think of the name. I think I said, "Well, can you make gingerbread cookies?" And she's like, "Ew, I'm not making those." Which I actually do like gingerbread.
Yeah, what's wrong with gingerbread?
I don't know. She doesn't like them.
You put a little frosting on it, it's delicious.
Yeah, even just I'm a very simple milk and cookies kind of a guy, and gingerbread with a cold glass of milk I think is incredible.
I hear you.
What I actually was like, I told her I do like gingerbread, but I was actually trying to think of something else, and it was snickerdoodle.
Oh yeah,
and she's fine with that. But Amanda makes incredible snickerdoodle cookies, so that's gonna get me pretty hefty.
Snickerdoodle crowd pleaser. Who doesn't like a good sugar cookie with cinnamon?
Can't wait. I'm looking forward. I'm sorry to interrupt. No, I'm also looking forward to the holiday, like peanut butter balls and the Oreo balls that she tends to make too. They're always incredible.
Yeah, I think I remember you talking about those before.
Yes, this is the reason why I look forward to Christmas. It's all about Amanda's balls.
Them chocolatey balls. Or should I say nutty?
Sweaty balls.
Yeah, I actually had to stop at my mom's house on my way home, and they actually made a bunch of Christmas cookies already. And they make these ones, I forget, I think they're called sand tarts. It's like a very buttery shortbread cookie, and then you put you put a walnut on it, like the actual nut, not in the shell, obviously. And then a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of egg wash, and then you bake it, and they're delicious. They're like the texture, they like melt in your mouth.
What's it called again, Corey? I'm sorry.
A sand tart. I could probably find you a picture of it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Oh, okay. Well, they kind of resemble a sugar cookie.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's the ones that have like the nuts in the middle and a little bit of cinnamon on the top.
Okay. Gosh, now I see it. Crispy sand tart cookies. Okay. Yeah. They actually kind of remind me of the snickerdoodles that Amanda makes. That's pretty good.
They're super buttery and good.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of inconsistent pictures here on Google, because the one over here is like they're just straight up sugar cookies, and the other one looks like they look like scones.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, it looks like we're on the same Google. But anyway, and I'm getting hungry for some holiday cookies.
Corey,
what have you done to me?
Tell Amanda. Be like, get on it right now. Make them.
Amanda, hurry up.
Snickerdoodle. Oreo balls. Not in that order.
Why not?
I got nothing else. You want to talk about anything, or should we just start this bad boy?
Let me just start off by saying that I had a really rough day today.
Oh, no.
But don't worry. I only wanted to get that out of the way because it's only going to get better from here. Because I'm here with Corey, and we're going to talk about some video games and other fun stuff.
Yes. Quite a bit of fun stuff.
Yes. So if you want to start, we can start.
Well, before we start, I'm not going to lie. I can relate to. I didn't have a great day either.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
I was late to work, and it was the typical thing where, like, oh, there's my boss, and he's like, oh, what happened, Corey? And I'm like, I don't know, man.
Did you enjoy sleeping in?
Oh, it's so embarrassing. All right, anyways, leave that behind us.
Yes.
Zoom forward, like we stepped on a sonic spring. Boing!
Yeah. Boing!
Hello.
And then I land on spikes. Ow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Level With Me podcast, episode 74. I am one of your hosts, Game Bro Corey, a.k.a. Corey. What's up? And I'm joined once again by my co-host, Mike, a.k.a. The Collector's Vault. How you doing, Mike?
Doing pretty good, Corey. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Level With Me. My name is Sonic, and I just jumped off of a spring and landed on some spikes. Feels pretty good.
It's no use. Nice cock.
Well, good night, everybody.
You better not be saying you've never seen the Shadow memes where it just says nice cock.
I can't say I have. I know the it's no use memes. I know, like, you're too slow, or oh hey not bad. But I never heard the Shadow one. Now at least on the bright side, I have something to look forward to when we're done the Level With Me podcast.
That's the whole meme. I just sent it to him.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought maybe. Well, I figured there'd be like an image for it, but I assumed that there was like maybe like an audio thing that someone made on YouTube or something.
Oh,
it was like a compilation of of them moving the sounds around, so that way it sounds like Shadow said that.
Yeah, that's a thing too.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of what I was expecting.
And then it became infamous, so like there's just a bunch of comics, with Shadow being like, "Hey, that's a nice cock," just holding like the guns from the Shadow the Hedgehog game. Oh, what a great game!
Oh, you just made me stop laughing because I started to vomit. Yeah, to be fair, I've actually never really played that game in full. So, but yeah, I've heard the commentary about that game.
Me and my friend used to play the multiplayer, and it was just a mess. It'd just be like two Sonic characters running around at full speed with guns, trying to shoot each other.
That sounds incredible.
And I love how they had some sort of weird lore where there was like, the first person was Shadow. The second person was like Shadow with like a yellow tint instead of red. And apparently that was a different character. Then there was like a Metal Shadow that was more like blue tinted. And then there was also a evil Metal Shadow that was like green tinted.
Well, yeah, he got the metal cap, and then he just fell into a big thing of green paint.
What a weird game. How it is something like it's so bizarre. It's just like the jokes where like people mocked it with Nintendo and made like Yoshi, and Yoshi's the one like holding the gun and
Yeah, like we can talk about Shadow the Hedgehog forever, like the game, not the character, because like I don't know what they were thinking. I think they were trying to be edgy, I guess, but yeah. But it's funny because especially in the American or like the Western release, where like you can tell that the 4Kids Entertainment guys who did all the voices, like I wonder what they were feeling. Where like, yeah, here, let's have Sonic and Shadow, and it's Sonic. It's funny, it's not just Shadow, but Sonic does do this as well. They all curse, or at least Shadow curses. I think Sonic curses, and it's like, Did you really just? I mean, granted, I think all he says is like maybe hell or damn. I forget which one he says. Like Shadow, I think says hell and damn maybe like a grand total of like 4 or 5 times, and it's like just super awkward when he says it because you can tell they're like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, damn, not here. Like it's just, and I think Sonic curses too, and it's really weird because it's like that hey Shadow, what the hell are you doing here? Like like really like it's just like his like the Sonic character voice. I can't name the guy who does Sonic's voice in those games, but you know what I'm saying. Like the typical for kids entertainment, and he just hearing him curse is like, come on, like why did you make Sonic do that? That's like Mario. Can you imagine Mario cursing in like Odyssey or something like that? Like where he gets like enough moons and he goes,
beach.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, I don't know how I got here, but I'm at the Shadow the Hedgehog wiki page, and that other Shadow I was talking about is called Dark Shadow.
Oh, as opposed to Light Shadow.
Just let that sink in. And then also, I realized that this game was the game that came out right before Sonic 06.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So before I make my before I get to that joke, let me say my earlier joke. I was going to say, this is not your ordinary darkness. This is advanced darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Anyway, but I will say this. Yeah, like it's even worse because after the negative reception of Shadow the Hedgehog, they thought, well, let's win the audience back, and they made Sonic 06. And apparently, again, like I was not a Sonic fan back then, but the game looked incredible. I think no one can deny that game
at the time visually.
And yes, this is now a Sonic the Hedgehog podcast, but the game looked incredible for back in those days, and like even now, I think if you look at some of those like screenshots, the game looked incredible. But
yeah, for early 360.
Oh yeah, I mean, but obviously that we all know the outcome of that. The outcome of that game, it didn't turn out as well as people hoped, but yeah. But hey, nice cock.
I was gonna say, what's the name of that princess? Princess Elise from Sonic 06. It always bugged me because her legs looked like a different color than her skin. I assume she was wearing tights or something.
Wait a minute. Oh, you mean the human character? I was thinking of like
the one who kisses Sonic.
Right. Now I'm sorry, I could not think of who you. For a second there, I was thinking of like Princess Sally from like the old cartoons, but no, I'm sorry, you meant like yes, the human princess. Yeah, yeah. Don't get me started on them trying to actually force a romance between her. I think in one scene, I think people were making fun of it because like she winks at Sonic, like in like a very like suggestive manner, and it's like really, like, come on.
Hey Sonic, nice cock.
That's her voice.
All right.
Well, thanks, Princess Elise.
We have video game news.
What do you think this is? This is video game news.
This is a bad fan fiction.
And don't act like I don't know how I got to this Shadow the Hedgehog wiki page. It's in your bookmarks. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to us, Corey. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. I've been exposed.
Anyway.
I gotta know the cheats to beat my friend.
Easy. Just don't play the game. You're
okay.
The winner at that.
All right. Video game news. Guys, you know what gamers need? Headphones. They gotta hear those beeps and boops and
the damn not here's over and over and over again.
It's no use. It's no use.
How about this?
All right. Apple
Let's get away from this.
unveils AirPods Max. Those are headphones that cost more than a PS5. In a move that will test even the most loyal of Apple fans, the technology company has revealed an incredibly pricey over-ear model of its popular AirPods headphone line. The AirPods Max Pros are available to pre-order now for a whopping $549 USD. If you decide you want to order a pair, you won't have to wait long as the AirPods Max release December 15th. Oh, how nice of them, right before Christmas Day. All I'm going to say is I'm not an Apple supporter over here. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
$549.
I mean, all I can say is it really worth the money to have? Like what could these things possibly do? Unless they do my taxes as well, I'm not spending over $500 for headphones.
Maybe 200 because they're wireless. I don't know.
I would say if they were like top of the line headphones, like the best of the best, I could see 200 being like the price point for these things because they're just headphones. You know, like you can go to like a GameStop or a Best Buy or Walmart. I'm sure you can get a pair of like of wired headphones for like maybe like under $20. You know,
guys, they do come in different colors. There are 5 colors.
There's white, off-white, pearl white, gray white, and pink.
Yep.
No, go ahead, Corey. Tell us what colors they come in.
Oh. Well, I mean, if anyone really wants to know, it's black, white, green, blue, and pink.
Oh, I was at 2/5 correct.
I think it's odd that you don't even get the Apple on the little earphone parts. Like, how are people going to know that your Apple cucked?
Easy. You just got to tape the receipt to them, and then everyone knows, oh, he has one of those headphones, the Apple ones.
My grandmama bought these.
I can just see like the new like memes where it's like headphones secured. Do you see those?
Guys, you know, I actually just had a revolution and realized why you would want to buy these Apple AirPod Max headphones. Because you could listen to the Level With Me podcast on them.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine how beautiful our voices will sound with these headphones on?
I think Apple should contact us, and maybe we could get one of those like little stickers on the box that says Apple AirPods Max listens best or plays best with Level With Me podcast. I don't know.
Maybe they'll send us a copy and we can and they'll be like sponsors for us, and then we can show you guys just how incredible they are. Yep. And why you just wasted $550.
These Apple AirPods Max will definitely connect to my Galaxy S20.
When I'm playing my Super NES emulators, they'll sound incredible with my $550 headphones.
Time to listen to Bill Gates' lecture about turning poo into water.
I love it. I love that video.
All right.
Very, very informative.
Hey, speaking of poo, KFC is making a Lifetime movie starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders.
All right, I was about to make it like a poo joke because like, oh, just thinking of KFC makes me sick, and then I read the whole title, and I'm like, hey, now I'm actually sick. Like,
if all you were wishing for this holiday season,
all right.
Go on.
I'm just saying right now, guys. So I was laughing at the title because Corey sent me the title as he always does, or like a link to the article. I scrolled down and the first thing I see is some kind of like poster of Mario Lopez, like with his like short sleeve shirt on, his muscles bulging out.
Yeah.
And the caption here, Corey, would you like to reiterate what this thing says?
KFC is making a Lifetime movie starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders.
No, not that.
The tweet?
Yeah, the tweet, yeah.
All right. Mark your calendars because Lifetime and KFC have partnered for a Lifetime original mini-movie you don't want to miss. A Recipe for Seduction starring Mario Lopez premieres Sunday at 12 p.m.
So... I'm glad you finally got to the point I wanted you to read, because like at first I'm like, okay, is this like a documentary on the origin of Colonel Sanders and like KFC? And then I'm like, nope, this is like a love story now.
We all have our own secrets. His just happens to be a recipe for seduction.
Oh my god, they
licking good. He's gonna give her all 11 herbs and spices.
I can't. I just can't.
What the hell is KFC doing? Like, what? Their marketing is just been weird for like the past like 5 years. I don't get it.
I mean, well, first of all, they've had like a different Colonel Sanders every single commercial for the last like 2 or 3 years.
They made that dating sim, which is in the article below, and it's like anime. Like, what? It's very odd.
Wait, oh my god! I just scrolled down and saw
That's
that.
free. You could go play that.
What is this, like Hoonie Pop of the KFC edition or something?
I mean, I do love the JoJo reference. I gotta admit, it's a good one. Also, he's. I mean, Colonel Sanders is looking his best in anime form. I'll say it. I hope from this movie, maybe we'll get one of those like old school movie video games, and for some reason, maybe they'll sell it at Burger King or KFC.
Oh my! Oh,
no, it has to be Burger King because they had those Burger King games.
Yeah, the KFC never gave you like toys with their kids' meals. It was just
people want them back so bad. Those like Burger King 360 games or whatever. People love those. I
remember one of like my most favorite times of being a kid. There was when Pokemon was big, and then Burger King, McDonald's had. I think it was both. I think it was just McDonald's, just Burger King. They had like the Pokeballs with the gold plate cards and all the toys. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then there was also when the N64 first came out, there was Mario toys at Burger King, and they were incredible too. Like I just remember that, trying to collect all those damn toys. God, take me back.
I remember, I think it was Burger King too. They had like these mini like Star Wars toys, and they had like so many of them. And somehow I ended up getting them all.
Nice.
Yeah, they were like these like, they almost reminded me of like Funko Pop, but they were more like detailed. And they all did like one little like gimmick, like maybe one swung a lightsaber, or one maybe like shot a little disc. I don't know. But it was like every character. Like it was any character you could think of had a toy. And I think they did a season 2. It's crazy.
Crazy. Sorry, my microphone turned off.
Oh, that's fine. Who needs to hear you talk on a podcast? Am I right?
Oh, that's not nice.
Speaking of not talking, Metal Gear Solid movie? Reportedly casts Oscar Isaac as Solid Snake? What?
I had to look it up. So, for all those you don't know, I know I didn't know off the top of my head, he plays as Poe Dameron in the new Star Wars movies.
Oh, yeah, so, there you go.
Yeah, so he is going to be Solid Snake.
Yeah, pretty much. What else is there to say?
I mean, I think a Metal Gear Solid movie could definitely work. I mean, basically, it's like a Mission Impossible movie, I guess, or more like a James Bond movie. But with all the themes that we love, I'm just trying to think. Like, there's two things I'm trying to think about. One is like the corniness and the jokes of Metal Gear Solid, because they're in there. I really, really hope they don't like leave any of that out. I hope they have all the corniness in that in this movie. Number two, I really hope he can pull off the Solid Snake, voice.
That's a good point.
I know you might think, it's not a big deal, but I don't know, it kind of is. Like, I mean, I think it was the very last Metal Gear Solid game that they had Kiefer Sutherland take over the voice acting.
That's correct.
I don't know how bad it, or how good or bad it was compared to I think I forget what the heck his real name is.
David Hayter.
David Hayter, there we go. So
I thought he was okay. Honestly, I didn't play a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5, and he didn't talk a lot in that one.
Okay.
Oddly enough. That was also like the only Metal Gear game I've ever played.
Interesting.
So, with that being said, like I have no like attachment or excitement about this. I just think I understand it's important, and I know a lot of people like Metal Gear. Plus, I think Metal Gear could easily translate to a movie. It pretty much was a movie from what I understand, anyways.
Yeah, I actually, I'm sorry, Corey. You took the words. Well, you said what I should have said. I think, because of Metal Gear Solid, and everyone knows Hideo Kojima, and his way of portraying stories in video games is basically like a movie. Like, I think some of the Metal Gear Solid games are like 70% movie and 30% game. Like, it's all cinematic. So I think you hit the nail on the head that this is probably one of the only few video game adaptations that will translate very well into a movie setting.
Yes. Thank Genius Kojumbo.
Yes, that's his name.
Speaking of genius code jumbo, now we're actually going to get some video games. Who cares about movies, am I right? Or headphones? That you can't play a movie. It's lame. Video game news, hey. Right here.
Hey.
Everyone's favorite video game franchise, Call of Duty,
Metroid,
has earned $3 billion over the past 12 months. That is insane. Following the launch of Black Ops Cold War, Activision has revealed that the Call of Duty franchise's net bookings have surpassed $3 billion in the last 12 months alone. Net bookings, according to Activision, are an operating metric that is defined as the net amount of products and services sold digitally or sold in physically in the period, and includes licensing fees, merchandise, and publisher incentives, among others, and is equal to net revenues excluding the impact from deferrals, excuse me.
Deferrals, yeah.
Excuse me. Also, I'm sorry I had to get
You're
legal.
not excused.
But yeah, that's a lot of money. I don't know why I put this article in here other than it's kind of crazy to think about how much that series is still worth.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that people... I mean, obviously, I understand it. It's a popular series. People buy the games. Cool. But then you got to think... And they basically call it out in here. It's all like the in-game transactions as well. All of the little services.
Right. Yeah.
But then that's where it's mind-blowing. And that's why people have to realize why like the phone market is so... The video game market on the phone is so big because, it's free to play, but it's all those in-game transactions that just add up. It's just pure profit. And if you really think about it, it's not like there's any materials that go into it. Like when you make a game, there's like a budget that goes into designing it and all the manufacturing, blah blah blah. But like for like most like digital things where it's like, okay, it's free to play, but then they charge you for everything else. It's just, oh my god, it's just so easy to make little changes, and then it's just charge people for that, or charge the whole the whole loot box system. But I digress.
Whoa, we have some breaking news here. This is interesting.
Interesting.
Apparently, Halo Infinite is scheduled to launch in fall 2021.
Microsoft recently announced...
I thought you were moving on to the next...
No. I'll talk about that.
Oh, did you get this in on your phone, or is this actually still in the previous article?
Yeah, it was on my phone, and I went to a website real quick to check it out.
Oh my goodness.
So they revealed a new multiplayer map for Halo Infinite, and I was kind of skimming through this, but they did confirm it's going to be free to play and will run at 120 FPS. That's just the multiplayer, not the whole game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's going to be wild.
Yeah, even for the multiplayer, my god. Hey, speaking of, just like what we were talking about, free to play games, this is going to be insane for online because everyone wants to play Halo. So Halo multiplayer with all the online transactions and everything, oh my gosh, it's going to be insane. Especially if it's going to run that well. That's really crazy.
They also pointed out that they are working on the graphics because that was one of the things that was heavily criticized when they revealed Halo Infinite for the first time. I mean, just looking at the multiplayer screens, it does look much better.
I think it's funny that they were criticizing the graphics. I thought the trailer that we saw at the game, I think what's the Game Awards? Yeah. Well, last year when they showed off the Xbox Series X, I thought Halo Infinite looked just fine.
Well, the gameplay they showed off, I think around May, actually.
Oh, it was the gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I think we talked about that, but I didn't really get.
I didn't think it looked that bad, in my opinion, but I can see where people were getting upset about. But the detail on like I said, the new screens, and there's really cool armor pieces. It looks nice. It seems more crisp now.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a lot, just a picture, but yeah.
Remember, everybody, graphics mean everything. And this is why Nintendo is the worst gaming company ever.
Yeah, he's right, though. And then last but not least here, I guess Halo Infinite will have microtransactions, but not loot boxes. We were just talking about how Call of Duty is making, what was it, $3 billion? Well, they kind of do the same thing, where they have these like customization packs where you'll get like different pieces of cosmetics for a certain amount of money. It's essentially the Fortnite model,
I always love it when they say these aren't loot boxes. I think there was that big like lawsuit where I don't remember. It wasn't. I don't think it was. Was it Fortnite? I forget which game it was. But they were basically coming out and saying, "Oh, these aren't loot boxes. They're surprise mechanics." Oh, I think that was EA actually. I think it was EA.
Oh, yep, that was
with
bad.
the Star Wars thing. Yeah,
that was super bad.
Yeah, yeah. These aren't loot boxes. They're surprise mechanics. I didn't kidnap your child. It was a surprise adoption.
I think at this point, honestly, EA is like the only company now doing loot boxes with their like sports games, which are literally like card packs.
Yeah.
To get like the different players. Like it's actually really bad in those games from what I understand.
Yeah, with like the drop rates, which is like horrible.
Yeah. Next to like one of those like Genshin Impact, like one of those games that's all about just getting the drops. Mario Kart, the mobile one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard the horror stories of those of their version of loot boxes, getting the racers and everything.
All right. So breaking news is done. Halo Infinite Fall 2021. The screens and multiplayers. That's cool. Now, this story, I just wanted to add this because my girlfriend actually showed me this last night and I thought it was pretty funny. PS5 shortages addressed in Saturday Night Live's parody of Eminem's Stan. So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And like the whole like point of the or like main verse of the parody is like about the PS5 supply. Like he wants a PS5 from Santa. It's pretty great. Go watch it. And it's based on Eminem's Stan song. Like it's a direct parody. It's funny. That's all. That's the story.
Oh.
Quality content that I didn't make. Go watch it.
Oh, come on, be modest, Corey. We all know that you did all the research and you found all these amazing articles.
Amazing. That's debatable. Research, I'm good at that. Research
how about
is easy to
moderate research?
It's just a bunch of this.
Yeah, just a bunch of Googling.
My mic didn't pick up the clicks, so I just clicked my mouse a lot. Okay. Hey, speaking of PS5 and Sony, we got some Sony news here real quick. Ghost of Tsushima wins Player's Voice Award at the Game Awards. The Game Awards will take place on December 10th, and it's there that the awards like Best Narrative, Best Direction, and of course Game of the Year will be announced. These awards are voted on by both a curated voting jury and fans, but in those instances, the voting jury accounts for 90% of the vote, while the fan vote accounts for the other 10%. That's not the case in Player's Voice Award, which is entirely decided upon by the fans or really anyone who signs into the Game Awards to vote. And, with that being said, the Player's Voice Award went to Ghost of Tsushima, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a well-deserving game. Whoop, that's Amanda talking.
That just makes me more excited to actually get around to that game.
Well, I can't wait for you to maybe you'll do some streaming of this game, and then I can watch it.
That would be great. Also, it just shows you how many people enjoy like the single player AAA Sony games like this.
Oh yeah.
Speaking,
maybe next year I'll voice my opinion and I'll vote for something.
Speaking of Sony AAA exclusive games, God of War's Kratos is available in Fortnite. Kratos is officially available in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5. Epic Games released a short trailer showcasing the God of War in the Battle Royale game, and he's available as a skin now in the item shop. What's more, the Kratos skin isn't a console exclusive, so anyone playing Fortnite can change on or charge onto the battlefield as the God of War.
That's pretty cool.
We now truly have PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2. It's right here.
with Star Wars in there as well.
Yeah.
I saw the Mandalorian outfit on like TV.
Yeah.
I thought it looked pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't really play Fortnite, but man, they do a good job on those skins. They look pretty cool.
I have to admit, I'm actually really impressed with the amount of like support they're getting from all these like like other parties and everything. Like obviously, like they're getting support from the God of War team, from Disney with Mandalorian. Like it's kind of impressive that like Epic Games and Fortnite have so many. Like they're just making deals with people. That's great.
I thought it was quite humorous seeing Kratos do like the dances, because he's like such a serious like kind of like jerk / asshole character. So when he just busts a little jig,
yeah, boy,
yep,
watch me dance.
I also know they're adding like John 117, the Master Chief, to Fortnite.
That'd be insane.
No, they are doing that.
Oh, they are doing it. Oh, well, there you go.
And I was contemplating, I'm like, whoa, it'd be crazy if like Nintendo put a skin in there. They could put like Link from Breath of the Wild or something. I don't know.
Or, another gun-slinging Nintendo character, like maybe Fox McCloud, or...
That was a good one. Captain Falcon, he has a gun.
He does have a gun.
Mac Ryder from everyone's favorite NES game. Mock Ryder.
King DDD? That'd be pretty
Donkey Kong, he had that gun.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Mario had a gun in the one game.
Yeah, he had a bullet bill gun in the Kingdom Battles. But
Yoshi has a gun. Kirby.
Wait, back to the Donkey Kong thing. If they do this, and if it's the stupid coconut gun and not the shotgun, I'll be very upset. It has to be the shotgun.
I agree.
And it has to be the Nintendo 64 graphics. It just has to be like that Donkey Kong.
When they add the Donkey Kong skin to Fortnite, just all the guns become coconuts. Just like someone has like an AK-47, but it's like a coconut version. It shoots like little like seeds, like pew pew pew.
Just give everyone the Donkey Kong weapons, the peanut pop guns and the pineapple launchers.
Bunch of bananas.
Yeah, just bananas that people can slip on while playing the game. That'd be cool.
K. Rool is just running around throwing his crown at people.
Yeah,
looking at the camera like.
Yeah, or just like reflecting bullets with his gut. Yeah. No, or just floating around the entire map with his little helicopter jetpack,
Nintendo, I hope you're listening. We just pitched you Donkey Kong Royale.
Sakurai is just like jotting down notes, like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
All right, speaking of Donkey Kong Royale, Persona 5 Strikers 2021 Western launch officially announced.
Oh yeah, this is definitely like Donkey Kong. That's exactly what I thought. Well, you're like, speaking of Donkey Kong, Persona 5, like. Okay, Corey, whatever you say.
So, I mean, this is a quick story. I've never played any of the Persona games, but I just think this is cool because a few like weeks ago, there was like I forget who, but I think someone who works at Atlas or Sega pretty much said like, oh guys, we're not going to be porting that game to the West. Because this came out in Japan like I think around the beginning of the year. And everyone was super bummed, but yeah, they finally announced that it is coming to the West in 2021, February 23rd. And for those of you who don't know what this game is, it's basically, from what I understand, a continuation of the Persona 5 like RPG game, but it's in the style of like a Warriors or Musou game. But you play as the Persona characters in like the flashy Persona world. I think it actually looks really cool.
Neat. Yeah, I can't say I've ever played any of the Persona games. I've heard great things about them. Just can't say I ever really thought to play them.
Yeah, I have too. I really mean to get around to 5. I hear great things about it.
Nice.
Honestly, though, man, that's all the news. It was kind of light this week.
Oh no!
Unless you got something up your sleeve.
Let me check. Nope.
Armpit hair? Oh.
No. Nope. Ooh, I found a cookie. Why was that in there? Nah, whatever.
Yeah, that should be in your gut.
I know it is now.
Haha, nicely warmed.
Mm.
But yeah, that's all the news. Now we're going to move on to the second half of our podcast where we're going to talk about our weeks. What we've been watching, playing, whatever other hobbies we have, sewing, you know.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I did a lot of sewing this week. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how to sew.
Me too.
I'm useless. I can't help with anything, guys. Here's some wool. You don't need a blanket. That's for tryhards. Come on.
Can I have some wool, please? I'm cold.
So my week was relatively short. I spent a lot of time with Megan. We were just like hanging out and appreciating each other, you know. Doing couple things. # couple goals. But anyways, before we were doing all that stuff, I did want to say that I continued watching more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. It remains good. I haven't watched too many episodes. I want to get back to it because I'm really starting to dig it. And then that's really all I watched in terms of playing stuff. I didn't really play anything new this week. I played a little bit more Black Ops Cold War Zombies. I've been kind of just hopping in there and actually doing the like solos mode and just kind of seeing how far it can get, which is pretty fun. And I do still appreciate how there's like a ton of stuff to unlock in the zombies mode, so I don't feel like I'm just playing to just actually get like a high score, but I'm also like unlocking stuff as I play. Plus I change my weapon up relatively like a lot in the game mode, so yeah. That's keeping a lot of like variety there. Other than that, I checked out Animal Crossing New Horizons. You know, December hit us, and I'm like, oh, right, that means they're going to, add new bugs and fish and change the aesthetics of the level. Exactly.
Or Snow Day, was it? Present Day?
I think it's Toy Day.
Toy Day, okay.
Yeah. Because they added a bunch of, like, toy items to the game. I actually got a really cool dinosaur toy. I love that. But I know they also added, like, I think closer to Christmas, the trees will get decorated with like lights and ornaments, and then sometimes when you shake the trees, an ornament might fall out, and surprisingly it doesn't break, but yeah, you can pick it up and then like build your own like Christmas themed items with those. And yeah, like I said, they added new like bugs and fish, so I'm kind of like just slowly getting back into it, but I don't think I'm going to play it like every day, like maybe once or twice a week. Check out, of course, the like store and the clothing store, because during each of these months, they also will roll in like new types of items specifically for the month. Like I just got a Christmas sweater, which I quite fancy. It has a little Christmas tree on it. And then they like decorate the shops around the island. So like the town hall has like a bunch of garland with lights around it. There's a little Christmas tree in front of the Nook's Cranny store. It's cute. And I know like it'll eventually start snowing too, which is nice.
Nice.
And then last but not least, I also played a little bit more of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
I still have to get that game.
Yeah, So I want to say, last week I kind of was saying how I didn't like love the game, but I am like starting now to like warm up on it. I wouldn't say I'm still in love with the combat, but I'm getting to the point where I kind of like I get it and like understand it and want to like continue to play the game. Since last week, I ended up getting all the other 3 champions, Rivali, Mifa, and Daruk, and Rivali is interesting because his gimmick is he can like jump up in the air and like fly around and like shoot stuff under him, which is kind of busted because there aren't really any enemies that can like attack in the air. They might have projectiles, but most of the enemies are like melee. So he's pretty cool. Daruk I didn't really think was that interesting, but I think I need to play him more. And I was a little bummed because I usually like big heavy characters. But he had like this ignition mechanic. So he would do like combos, which would sometimes spawn like these big like magma rocks. and then you could extend your combo by using his like special action, which is like one of the trigger buttons, and then it will like explode and deal like fire damage. But it's cooler than it sounds. I don't know. I wasn't really. He was a little too slow for me because he was actually like slow, like moving around the battlefield, and I didn't even realize that the characters actually have different speeds, which is kind of weird. And then last but not least, Mipha was probably my favorite character. Her gimmick was that at the end of some of her like combos, she'll spawn this like geyser of water, and it'll kind of just stay in place, and there can only be one, but she can like teleport to the water geyser, and she'll like pop out like doing an attack. So you can essentially like really just extend your combos and keep going. It's kind of nutty. I really enjoyed playing as her.
Neat.
Although she is, you know, female, Zora, bait. People are weird with Mipha, but she's fun to play.
Just don't go on DeviantArt and don't type in Mipha.
Yeah, don't search Mipha with safe search off.
You will regret it, or will you?
I like what they're doing with the story. I like all the personality of the different champions. It's a lot of fun and it's goofy. Something that was interesting is in some of these gameplay segments, you actually get to control the I forget what they're called, like the ancient beasts or whatever from Breath of the Wild, like those big like mech animals.
The divine beasts?
Yes, there you go.
You forgot what they were called, Corey?
Yeah, fake gamer card.
Fake Zelda fan.
Throw it once a podcast, you know. But yeah, it's very odd controlling these things. It doesn't feel bad to control them, but it's just such like overkill because it just literally makes, you know, the thing about Muso or warrior games, which is, oh, you're just fighting these hordes of enemies. Well, they just like multiply that by 10 as you're like these divine beasts, as you're like blasting and destroying these hundreds and thousands of enemies. Literally, you just like press one button and your kill counter will go up like 100 or 1,000. And it's just like, wow, this is so weird. And you can see like all the little enemies like kind of like fade their color to black and then kind of like evaporate out of the world. Like they don't actually die. They just kind of like vanish. It's very strange. I assume they wanted me to feel very powerful, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. This is kind of like, what's the point of this? Because you just walk in like a straight line as these like characters while just mashing some of the face buttons. They do have a cool special move where it's basically a hyper beam for like 30 seconds that you get to control, you know, where you want to point it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not loving Age of Calamity, but it's all right. And I'm going to keep playing it. I want to see it through. I want to get like more weapons for the different characters and level them up. I wanted to try out spears. Like Link can actually have different types of weapons, and I'm curious about like that kind of stuff because his like club or two-handed like heavy weapon is really interesting and fun. So yeah, I do want to shout out though 2 things that I'd like to accomplish by next week. One, I want to catch up on The Mandalorian. I have not watched since the first 2 episodes, so I'm very behind.
Ooh, gotta watch it, man.
Yeah. And then 2, by next podcast, I hope that I have played Cyberpunk 2077 on the PS4. And we'll talk about that. Cyberpunk comes out this week. Isn't that wild?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the games I bought. It's crazy.
Crazy.
That
is pretty exciting though. That game looks pretty fun.
I am not. Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm not like these people who I think this game is going to be like a revolution or change the world. Like, I'm okay with this game not being great. I'm just curious to see like what it is. I've also never played a CD Projekt or however you say Project Red game, so yeah, that's all I got. What about you, Mike?
Well, let's see. I definitely want to start off with what I've been playing because I haven't played as much as I would like to. Here's something I do want to start off with as well: is the games I plan on getting. So I do still want to get Age of Calamity. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna ask my parents to get it for me, like, cause I still have like my parents and stuff asking me for gift ideas for Christmas. So I might just say, here, you can get me Age of Calamity, and then the other game I did want to pick up is actually a game that is out today for download only. But Doom Eternal for the Switch is out, and that is something I hope to play and talk about next week.
Nice.
Yeah. What I have been playing is actually I went back to finally playing A Link to the Past. It's been God knows how long since I played that game. I swear I'm playing like 3 Zelda games at once right now. I'm playing that, I'm playing Ocarina of Time, and I'm playing Minish Cap. So I'm trying to juggle all that as well as do the Collector's Vault channel. Do other Let's Plays and work, and it's tough. My life's very busy right now. But I will say, I remember the last time we talked about this, I told you how I was kind of like at a roadblock because I was at the one dungeon where everything was like flooded with water. So I knew I probably need like swimmies or the flippers that I saw in Link's Awakening. I figured they originated from this game, and I think you confirmed with me, yes, this game has flippers. So I thought, okay, well, where the heck are we going to get the flippers? So I tried to not cheat. I tried to play the game legitimately, and I went to Kakariko. I'm thinking, like, okay, it has to be here. It seems like everything just comes back to Kakariko. This is the only like village or town in the entire area. And sure enough, I do talk to some guy. He's like, "Oh, here, I'll sell you these flippers for half of your currency." It was like 500 rupees. I'm like, I think I maxed out at like $9.99, and it was 500 for them. I'm like, all right, whatever. So got them, went right down to the dungeon, and I have to admit, the dungeon was pretty fun. I think the water mechanics were, they weren't really challenging. The only real challenging thing was I started to realize that enemies are now taking away like 2 hearts per hit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dying quickly here. And I think it was really surely in the dungeon I had to use like my only potion I had, and now I'm just like, I think I'm like just barely hanging on to life, and I'm just praying for any like hearts that pop up. But it was a pretty fun dungeon, and then I got to the boss, which terrified me because it's like a giant floating jellyfish, and I don't like jellyfish. They kind of creep me out.
Right. Yeah.
But it was fun. Definitely not the most challenging thing. It was because it has the hook shot. This is actually the dungeon that gives you the hook shot, and that's one of my favorite like upgrades in all of Zelda, and so it's pretty fun. I enjoy it.
Nice.
And yeah. So I got past that, and that's as far as I got. I was only able to play for a little bit, but I'm happy I finally got through that dungeon, and now I'm on to the 6th dungeon. I forget. I think it's number 6 next. I don't know where I'm going, so we'll see what happens. I mean, now that I have the hook shot, I'm pretty sure it's going to open up like so much of the map for me now. So that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And let's see what else. We did. No, actually, I think since last week I have not played Mario World, which is kind of upsetting.
Yeah, we didn't get around to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, just been a busy boy. I have been playing Hearthstone in my spare time. I'm not sure if you've been playing any Legends of Runeterra, your little online card game.
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, have I been playing any more of it?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So I thought I heard you go, yeah, like a yeah. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I haven't played any more recently.
Yeah. But Hearthstone had like a new expansion come out like a couple weeks ago, and it's been fun. It's actually been a really like the meta shifted like tremendously with this new expansion pack. So it's been pretty fun. I play that in my spare time, especially when I'm just trying to like kill time in the morning before I go to work or like during like my lunch hour. It's a good little fun. It's a good little game to play. Still enjoy it. Again, I'm really trying to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, but again, it's just been so super tough. Like I've known to really play with. I've been like playing every now and again. I think I mentioned last time, like or maybe like a week or so ago, that I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh online with my friends, and it's fun. Again, I'm still not playing even as much as I would like to on that, but it's still fun just to get back in there and start playing games again.
Yeah, it's nice because then you can just also test like a bunch of random stuff,
Yeah, and I'm kind of just focused on like 2 decks right now, but they're fun. I just like the way those decks play. I'm very like meticulous with like the cards I like to play and the decks and the play styles. So like I know some people always say like, and I'm sure Corey, like you probably knew this back when Yu-Gi-Oh was part of your life, that it's good to experiment with all different kinds of decks, so that way you just that variety is good. It's knowledgeable. It lets you know how to play those decks, so that when you encounter them, you know what the deck does. That's the whole point of like those strategy kind of games. Even for example in Smash Brothers, for example, I'm sure you can easily relate to this, where you should play as every character to know how they play. That way you know how to fight against them. It's the same logic as that.
That's correct.
Yeah. But now I would say, yes, that's really all I've really been playing. Just playing a few little old school stuff here and there. Again, I really want to get back to playing Diminished Cap. I want to get back to playing Mario World with you. I do want to play Doom Eternal. I do want to play Age of Calamity when I get those.
Yeah.
Gotta get to it.
Excited, yep.
Very. So I'm sorry for the listeners. This was more of like a wish list as opposed to what I've been playing. But again, my life's been it's been pretty busy. However, this is something that I'm pretty excited to talk about. In my spare time, I did actually have a new show to watch.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I've been watching the typical after watching Below. Gosh, the last episode was nuts. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
These people are stupid.
You wouldn't believe how many barnacles they found.
15. That's two more than that's
a world record. Yeah. Someone contact Guinness.
But this show it's just so entertaining, and in this last episode, the one guy, I'll try to keep this brief, but the one guy who's like one of the deckhands, so they handle the exterior of the boat. He apparently is a really smart kid. He's probably like our age, maybe in between you and me in age, whatever. And he graduated really highly, top of his class in high school and college. So apparently he's actually a really smart kid, but he's street stupid. He doesn't have street smarts,
Okay, yeah.
And he's never really done yachting before. So I'm not even quite sure how he got this job. Because the captain, Captain Lee, he hires these people, so it's I don't know why he gave this kid this job. Maybe he felt bad for him or whatever. But so it's one thing to not know what you're doing, but it's funny for a person as smart as he claims to be, he gets up late, he'll be late for his shift, and this is 7:00 in the morning, but this is just how it is. You gotta get up at 7 in the morning. It's just the rule, and he takes naps in the middle of the day, which I can't believe he didn't even get I'm surprised the first time they caught him, he didn't get fired. That's just that to me. That's the exact same thing as falling asleep at any job. You know,
unbelievable.
Can you imagine? I mean, I know it doesn't sound like it's a big deal, but imagine if your boss caught you and you just sat down in the corner of wherever you work and just kind of closed your eyes and took a nap. They'd be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? That's what he's doing.
I'd be canned.
So that show's fun as always, and I do highly recommend for people to watch that if you really want a good little TV drama. That show's incredibly addictive, at least for me and Amanda. I've also been watching The Mandalorian. Again, I won't do any spoilers, but I will say that last episode was pretty cool. We finally have a shift in the story. It's not just progression, or just all positivity. We finally have tragedy in this, and that's actually the title of the episode, because we actually do have something bad happening. Where what's it called? That the climax is the part where everything goes well, but before that, there's I guess tragedy is the word. This is where the story takes a turn. Everything's it's kind of like the Mandalorian has to do. He has to go and go on the offensive now. He has to, I'm trying not to spoil this, but basically, it was a very good episode. They brought back some really cool characters that are definitely going to be seeing more time in the show. They teased other characters. Yeah, it's a very good episode. I highly recommend people can watch it. I know Corey has a couple episodes to catch up on, so.
Well, wasn't the last season 8 episodes?
The last season was 8. Yes, I think this one is 9 from what I'm hearing.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't quote me on that, but someone told me it was 9 episodes. I don't know if that's true or not, because I think we're up to episode. Let me see. I want to say we're at episode 7 now.
I was gonna say 6. I thought.
Maybe it is, or maybe last episode was 6, so next week will be 7. Like we're somewhere around there. So I would say if this is true and we are doing 8 or 9 episodes, we're pretty much wrapping up the season. You know, I'm pretty sure like
Right.
maybe the next maybe the next 3 episodes will be like, you know, somewhat like in the same little like arc or whatever. They'll just be all like very like kind of like a big 3-part episode, or I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right. That sounds cool though.
Yeah, but very exciting stuff. It's definitely a good time to be a Star Wars fan, in my opinion. Now, the new show I picked up. This is actually a show I've been wanting to watch for a while. It's not even like I was like highly anticipating it. It was just a show that my brother mentioned to me like I would say maybe like a year ago, or like anywhere between like half a year and a year ago. He told me, Mike, you have to watch this show called The Dragon Prince. And I said, okay, I'll watch it when I get a chance. And whenever he would say, like, yo, Mike, did you watch The Dragon Prince yet? And I'm like, well, no, not yet. No, not yet. And he's like, Mike, you have to watch this show. So I asked him, well, don't tell me what the show's about, but, like, you know, tell me, like what you like about it. And he says, well, it's from the makers of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I said, oh, well, you have my attention immediately, because how much I love Avatar. And for the most part, I thought Korra was enjoyable. So, but yeah, like I'm sure I mentioned Avatar before on the Level with Me podcast, and
Definitely,
I'm sure many people know about the legacy of Avatar. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty awesome. I would love to see what the creator is doing after Korra. You know, like what is his next story? And apparently, this is not in the world of Avatar, at least from what we know, it's not in the world of Avatar. I'm pretty sure it's not, because like how Avatar incorporated like magic with like it's like the bending of the 4 elements, you know, fire, earth, wind, and water. This takes a different approach for magic, I guess. Like in this world, it is just straight up called magic. Like this is like magic that mages can do. Like there's wizards, there's sorcerers, like. It takes place in like a medieval style world where there's like castles and knights and dragons, like something along those lines, you know, and elves. So it's like almost like a Tolkien style world, which is cool. It definitely changes it up from the Eastern style that Avatar had with all of its like, you know, like the Asian cultures and everything. And I guess this is not much of a spoiler, but I will explain what the show's about. But Dan told me to watch it. I finally watched it, and I have to say, I was actually blown away by the visuals, because the visuals definitely have the same art, the same character design as like the Avatar and the Korra characters, but the art style goes for more like it's like 3D. They're 3D computer generated graphics, I guess, and they have cell shading. So it's all done with cell shading. Basically, the best way I can describe it is it's a TV show, and the art style is very similar to like Fire Emblem 3 Houses. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, I was looking at some screenshots. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good comparison.
Yeah. And now I will say this, that like my brother didn't really go into the detail. He just told me to watch it. It's about dragons. It's about it, but he says just watch it. It'll suck you in. Currently, I think they're on 3 seasons, and the show's not over yet. So the show is still ongoing. So unfortunately, I think I got through season 1. So I'm hoping that I can slow myself down, so that way I don't hit that brick wall that is the end of season 3, and I didn't have to wait for season 4.
Yeah,
but I know it's going to happen because I'm already chugging along in season 2 because I can't stop watching it.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, so just kind of give everyone like a really brief synopsis, and this is why the show it's cool. It takes place in a world where like the known world is separated into 2 halves, and it's basically like a big war between the elves and the humans. And this whole war all dates back to like when like there was like a dragon king that kind of like ruled and protected everybody. And humans apparently wanted to, like, they felt that I don't remember exactly. It was something to do with like magic and dragons, and they basically said that they wanted to end the lineage of the dragon. So they he had an egg that would be his son, the Dragon Prince, and it was destroyed by the humans. And this is why the elves have always been like at war with the humans. And then and this story takes place in the Earth side of the world, the human side of the world, where we have these 2 brothers, and their names are Callum and Ezran, and their father's the king. So these are basically they are the princes of of one of the many human kingdoms, and they are basically being attacked by elves because these elf assassins want to take out the king. It's all like for like them taking revenge on what they did to the elves, what they did to the Dragon King, and everything. Again, a lot of this might sound kind of like weird and fantasy like, and for the most part it is. But I'm trying to give the very brief synopsis of what the whole point of the story is. Basically, one of the elves befriends humans, and her name is Rayla. And this story basically takes place in the human kingdom between these three characters: Rayla, Callum, and Ezrin. And it just sucked me right in. You have to watch it for yourself, people. The narrative is simple. It's the whole show, similar to how Avatar basically was all focused on like the war between the Fire Nation. This show is all strung together by the war between the humans and the elves, and it's just it really is just interesting. I can't really describe it in any other word without like kind of giving it away. 'Cause I don't want to like hype it up too much because I'm sure some people out there will be like, oh, I thought the show was stupid, but whatever, you're just wrong. The show's fun. The characters are fun. It definitely has a similar like humor to Avatar. I would definitely say it's nowhere along the lines of as funny as Avatar, but there definitely are there's some funny moments. But all the characters are just so well done. And I mean, like, not just the main three characters, but there's also like really cool military characters that you come across. The main villain's really cool. And even though the art style was a bit of a turnoff at first, because I'm kind of thinking why why did they go with the 3D CGI graphics, whatever. Some people I think have heard arguments or have made arguments that it's because they were sick and tired of the old school style of cartoons and trying to animate the 2D images. And they said, oh, we'll just have it all computerized and make it easier. And hey, for all I know, maybe that is the truth. But as I was watching it, the art style really, really rubbed off on me, and now I'm starting to really love it and just enjoy the beauty of this show. Like, as I'm watching it, I kind of forget that I'm watching like CGI graphics. The character design is just so good that I just enjoy it so much, and the story is good. And I just can't wait to finish watching season 2. So yeah. For any of you guys who want to watch this, The Dragon Prince is on Netflix. I'd highly recommend you watch it. Especially if you liked Avatar, you should watch The Dragon Prince.
How many episodes is a season?
I actually don't remember. I want to say season 1 was maybe about 10 episodes. I mean, I don't know. The show, like, I just blew through season 1, so I'm not even quite sure. I might have to Google it right now.
I was just curious. I assume the episodes are like 23, 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, they're about like 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Okay, apparently it is 9 episodes for season 1.
Okay. Yeah, that seems pretty interesting. Even though I never watched any Avatar, but yeah. I did like the art style.
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely adore the art style of Avatar. But again, please don't make me give you the impression that you have to watch Avatar to watch this. I'm just saying, if you liked Avatar, if you like those characters, then you'll love the characters of Dragon Prince. But I think this is definitely for anybody. I would say anybody can watch this. I mean, I'm sure some people might look at this and think, "Oh, this is for kids." But once whatever. Avatar was also for kids, but it had great characters and a great story that even adults could appreciate. So that's
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's basically what I see with this. So I would highly recommend. Again, I'm speaking in circles here, but I would highly recommend people give this show a watch. Awesome.
I'm glad you're enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm enjoying it a little too much.
You got anything else that you're watching?
No, that's it for now.
All right, cool. Well, now we can move on into our last segment of the podcast where we're going to take some questions from the listeners. That's you guys. If you want to send questions to me and Mike, you can do so by 2 different ways. You can go to the Level With Me podcast email, which is levelwithmepodcast@gmail.com. And you can send a question in that way. Or you can follow us on Instagram, Level With Me Podcast. And on Tuesday evening, we will post a little questionnaire where you can submit questions. And if we pick your question in either way, we'll give you a shout out. So I did check the email, and as per usual, there's nothing there. How's our I almost said tweets, excuse me. How's our Instagram looking?
Well, we don't have as many questions as last week, unfortunately. But good old Owen Reese did come through with a question, and that's our only one for tonight. But
okay.
But
that's awesome, though. Thank you, Owen, yet again.
Yes, we don't deserve you. Anyway, Owen Reese asks, what is the oldest game we've ever played?
Wow. I actually got an answer for this one.
Really? Actually, it's funny. I have an answer too. But do you want to go first?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna count this. When a few years ago, I went to a pinball museum called the Silver Ball Arcade.
Yes, I remember you mentioned this. Yeah.
And I played a bunch of pinball machines that were probably from like the 50s and 60s. And if that doesn't count, because that's pinball, they also had a vector graphics version of Asteroids. Asteroids being the little like ship. They shoot the asteroids and they just kind of blow up, like that game. And that thing's pretty old. That's probably from like the very early 80s, you know?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Great sound effects on Asteroids. I love it. Like the sound of shooting the little spaceship and then blowing up the asteroids. It's great. What about you, Mike?
Well, it's funny. I was going when I first thought about it. I was going to say Asteroids as well. I did have one of those little like Atari games like from like a long time ago. I think it was like a friend of mine. He had an Atari, and he had like Space Invaders or what was the other one called? There's Space Invaders. There's something Command. I figured that was the one where you would like blow up missiles that were landing near your base. And then there was Frogger. There was all the other great arcade games. But yeah, I think I wanted to say it was Asteroids on the Atari, but and I will say, yeah, that game actually did like the gameplay actually was pretty fun on that thing. It was kind of, the controls were kind of wonky, but I think that was the challenge of like controlling your little triangle ship, you know, with the weird like momentum and everything. But I actually do remember at one time in my life I did actually find the original Pong, and I'm pretty sure I played it. You know, it's Pong. Everyone's played Pong before, but like, you know, I remember someone had an Atari, and I played Pong on that. So, not the most exciting game, but that is definitely the oldest. Like, I mean, Owen asked game, but I'm pretty sure I assume he was talking about video games. So that is definitely the oldest video game I've ever played.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
there were a lot of those like Pong machines like before the NES. Like that was just kind of standard. It's kind of fascinating.
Yeah, like if you ever want to look up some crazy like video game history, I think Atari. Like it's fine. People tend to think of like Atari, they think of Pong, but I want to say no. I think his name was Nolan Bushnell. He actually got like an award a couple years ago for being like the father of video games, because when I think he was like the CEO and president of Atari, or like some super high official up at Atari.
Yeah,
and like it's crazy because of people like him, because of the game, the video game company Atari. Like they actually brought games into people's homes. People tend to think of like, oh, the Nintendo Entertainment System, but it wasn't until like that was until the mid '80s. Before that, they had, like, I think Nintendo had games like they had Donkey Kong on the arcade machines and everything, but yeah, it was all like the history of Atari and how that brought like games to people's like TVs and everything. And it really is fascinating. I think even you mentioned there was a show you were watching about that, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna mention it. It's like, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it. It's on Netflix. I think it might be High Score or something. It's like a video game documentary.
I remember you mentioned it. It sounded fascinating. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I've seen like other things. That's kind of where I was pulling the name Nolan Bushnell from. But
yeah, it's called High Score, and yeah, I was thinking a lot about that when you were talking about that stuff, because it goes into detail about all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Oh.
But Owen, thank you very much for your question, man.
Oh, yeah, before we wrap this up, I also wanted to mention how I think it's quite humorous. I watched a lot of videos about like a lot of those early Pong machines and stuff like that. And back in the day, the TVs weren't in color, and one of the Pong machines actually came with these like thin sheets of plastic that you would put over your TV, and that was essentially like the graphics. And then there would be like one white dot as like the character or the token for whatever game you're playing. It was kind of interesting.
Oh wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, I forget what that console was called. I think I saw it on a Angry Video Game Nerd episode, but yeah, it's really odd. Like you're basically putting these like fruit roll up looking things on your TV.
That's I can picture it. I can't say I know what it is, but I can definitely picture that.
Also, a lot of those old Pong machines had some really weird controllers. Like some were like dials, some had like a phone like keypad. I mean, that's not even a thing anymore, but it's just like that's so many buttons. Like what?
Yeah. Did you? I remember like I think I also watched like this is like a long time ago. One of the Angry Video Game Nerds like his critique videos about not the original Atari, but I think whatever the second Atari was, it was like the 5200 or whatever.
The one that he can put the beer in.
I don't remember that part. If he made a joke about that, but I just remember the controller is bigger than the console itself, or something like that. Like it's just completely massive.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah.
A lot of those consoles are weird. Those Atari consoles, like there's so many of them.
Oh yeah,
there's like a dime a dozen.
Yeah, the Atari Jaguar, that really highly successful system.
And again, with all the like controllers and the weird peripherals, some of those had just like straight up like, here's your gun accessory.
Yeah.
It's not like the light gun or the NES Zapper or whatever. It's just a gun. Here's like a revolver. It's crazy. Video games are weird.
And amazing at the same time.
Thank you, Owen Reese, for reawakening these nightmares.
Yeah, and thank you for reminding me how old I am. Ugh.
How am I supposed to go to bed knowing that there's a console out there with a keypad as the controls? Like, what? Did they even try? Am I supposed to call my grandma with this thing?
What's funny, now that you mentioned it, I think I remember what it was. It was the song. I think like it was the console that had Hubert.
Vision or something.
There was the Coleco, which I think is part of Atari, because I have some old like Donkey Kong like arcade ports for like the Coleco. I want to say that they're Atari cartridges, but not the Commodore. What the heck was it called? I think it was like something Vision. I think it was the console.
Coleco Vision.
Was it ColecoVision?
Intellivision.
Intellivision, that was it. That's the one that has the keypad controller. Yeah, I think that's where Hubert. I think Hubert's on that console as well. And Corey, it's funny now that you mentioned. I don't know what. Well, at the time, I'm sure the controller was still a thing that the people were designing. Obviously, like Nintendo perfected the controller, and it started that whole thing.
Right.
But yeah, I remember looking at that and just thinking, like, man, there's like it's basically like a giant cell phone like style with the keypad and everything for the numbers. I'm just like,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. And I think wait, I have to look it up again. I think there was like a stick and a button on top too, like the control stick, I guess. I don't know. Intellivision.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff back in the day. There's like a console that was like a triangle, and then like the game cartridges were also triangles. That it was like the Triforce.
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
That's very awesome. Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah. Here's the Intellivision controller. Yeah, it looks. It does look like a TV remote with all of the buttons on it. That's so funny. I love the history of this because basically, again, like we said before, video games are like forms of art. It's just technology advancing, and it really does fascinate me to see how far we've come to just to see how the industry has standardized itself.
Right? Yeah,
it's bizarre but fascinating.
And yeah, I think that's a good point to end the podcast, guys.
Already? No.
You know where you can find me. I'm Game Bro Corey. Check me out on the Twitters, the Instagrams, and most importantly, the Twitch. Twitch.tv/GameBroCorey. Give me a follow. I will definitely be checking out more Age of Calamity. Maybe we'll play some other stuff. Who knows? I probably won't stream Cyberpunk, but, you definitely come back here next week, and you'll hear all about Cyberpunk on the PS4. Also, before Mike goes, I just want to remind everyone that we do have a Level With Me podcast Instagram account, as well as the YouTube channel, which we're going to be uploading more episodes of the Luigi's Mansion 3 Let's Play, as well as the Super Mario World Let's Play in the near future. And, of course, you can find the podcast on there, as well as Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store Podcasts. I don't know what it's called. Mike, what do you have to plug?
Well, if you guys ever want to find me, you'll find me over at the bridge over the river, getting ready to jump. And do some bungee jumping.
Oh, wow. I was that just got dark.
Well, what do you think I was going to do? Go swimming? No. I can't swim, so I'm going bungee jumping.
Guys, don't jump off bridges. I've done it before. It's not fun.
Unless you bungee jumping, then it's perfectly safe.
I did not bungee jump.
Oh, well then, sir, you are a fool.
I survived. My booty, not so much.
Anyway, stop it. But yeah, if you guys want to find me, you can find me also on Instagram at The Collector's Vault, and also on YouTube at The Collector's Vault. Again, we'll have all that information linked down below. If you guys like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, retro video games, well, I guess if you like retro video games, that's why you're here talking with us, and modern games. But when it comes to anything collectible, especially with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, sports memorabilia, you should come my way. I always do little videos talking about the secondary market. And I do a couple of little funny skits here and there. But and on my Instagram, I'm also posting some really cool pictures of some nostalgic things. And again, I do like to throw a little joke here and there. And yeah, I definitely think you guys should go. I highly recommend you guys go follow Corey on Twitch. I really want everyone to realize how fun it is to watch him play his games, especially Age of Calamity. I mean,
thank you.
Don't you want to see him rock some bow and arrows with Rivali and stuff? I'd watch that. I'd watch that stuff all day.
I'm so hungry, I could eat a Dodongo.
Don't tell me that's actually one of the voice clips from that game.
My boy.
It is. What? Wait, is that actually a voice clip in that game?
I don't know, Mike. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Sheesh.
Darn you, Corey.
See you next week, folks.
Nice cock.